Excited about Airsoft? Hit the like button and comment to join other Airsofters in the conversation. What's up, Airsofters? The year 2004. The task: develop a family of Special Operations Forces Command Assault Rifles, to be known only as SCAR, as requested by US SOCOM. The result? What you see here. The SCAR-L, or Light, also known as the Mark 16, is part of a family of combat assault rifles that also includes the SCAR-H, also known as the Mark 17, its big brother, that was developed by a Belgian arms manufacturer, FN Herstal, as a reliable, low-maintenance, modular combat rifle for the United States Special Operations Command, or SOCOM, to replace the tried-and-true M4A1 carbine used by Special Forces units across various branches of the US military. And this beauty is the Cybergun FN Herstal licensed full metal SCAR-L AEG. Despite having similar ergonomics, functionality, and controls to the AR-15 platform, the SCAR holds its own as a comfortable, reliable platform that utilizes modern materials and design principles, making it an excellent choice for your next Airsoft primary. Let's examine some of the outside features that make the SCAR as capable as it is before delving into the performance and internals. I like the word delving. We need to use that more than diving. Because we're not diving, we're delving, we're going deeper. Like many modern rifles, the receiver is divided into two halves, an upper and a lower. The upper receiver is made from aluminum and combines the handguard with the upper receiver into one monolithic structure. Having a monolithic upper comes with some great advantages, such as an uninterrupted Picatinny rail on top, as well as rigidity and lightness. This combined handguard and upper receiver is one of the iconic features of the SCAR, and there are additional rails on the 3, 6, and 9, which allows for the mounting of any modern accessory you could want. In fact, you could even take off the side rails, and there's a company called Kinetic that makes a really cool handguard that actually updates the SCAR platform and makes it into like a really cool M-LOK forend if you were trying to get, a little bit more modern with it and kind of eliminate some of the Picatinny, and then you've got even more accessory mounting space. You could do like an integral suppressor at the end of it, and it would look super cool, but that's beside the point. And of course, this receiver also sports fully licensed laser-etched FN Herstal trademarks and surrounds the full metal barrel assembly. Connected to the receiver set is perhaps the SCAR's most defining feature, the stock. Often referred to as the UGG boot, this stock provides quite a bit of functionality and features over what a standard M4 stock could provide. Features such as the 6-position retractability as well as the adjustable cheek riser are great. On top of that, you've got the ability for the stock to fold completely out of the way and be usable while the stock is folded, thanks to the position of the wires. So, aesthetics aside, there's no denying the usefulness of the features of the SCAR stock. There are several sling mounts provided along the length of these rifles, with provisions for both ring and webbing style slings. The rear sight provided with the SCAR-L is adjustable and removable, and the front sight is another iconic SCAR feature, being integrated into the adjustable gas block. While the front sight is adjustable for elevation, it is not removable and simply conveniently folds down when not in use. Side note, there is a grenade launcher system designed for use specifically with the SCAR called the EGLM, or the Enhanced Grenade Launching Module. I know, all these acronyms. It's It's a rifle full of acronyms. We sell the Airsoft version of the EGLM as well, if you're interested in adding a little bit more versatility to your SCAR AEG. These 40mm grenade launchers can be found on our website at Evike.com separately or conveniently packaged alongside this SCAR L. When you see the product page, you'll see an option for an EGLM package. The lower receiver is made of polymer to save weight and features ambidextrous controls like the select fire switch and the magazine release on both sides. One nice touch is that the pistol grip here is just a standard M4 style, so it can be swapped out easily with other M4 or AR-15 grips on the market. And the same is true with the Airsoft version and is designed to be compatible with other M4, M16 style motor grips. One break from tradition is the more acute angle of the select fire switch. Instead of the standard to the M4, 180 degrees of sweep on the select fire switch, they've gone with a more acute 90-degree sweep, and they've positioned it so that it's more easy to actuate it between the different positions on the select fire switch without having to shift your grip. Ultimately, despite that change, I find it extremely comfortable to just pick this up, feel right at home with the controls, and go right into a skirmish. Also, like the M4, M16, AR-15, this SCAR L uses STANAG magazines, which is great if you already have a collection of mags for your M4 AEG. But not all mag wells fit the same, so we did our part to test a wide variety of magazines in the SCAR here. In our magazine compatibility test, we noticed good fitment for all of the mags we tested. While some were tighter than others, we didn't have any problem inserting or extracting any magazines. And as for fitment, the SCAR L seemed to prefer mid-cap magazines for feeding over the high caps, although we had some success with some high caps. Baseline, we recommend running mid-caps in all your skirmishes so you can avoid tactical maracas and have optimal feeding. Something we haven't mentioned yet is battery storage. Thankfully, the battery is stored in the stock, which is definitely a point for convenience. There's plenty of room for one of our favorites, the Matrix 1000 mAh 11.1 volt LiPo battery. Housing the battery in a stock that folds has its challenges, primarily keeping the wires protected. And this SCAR L addresses that issue by running the wires through a tightly coiled spring, which flexes with the folding action of the stock and guards the wires from being kinked or pinched. And no ring terminals. You're welcome. Our FPS test showed an average of just over 360 FPS and averaged 17 RPS on full auto when using 0.20 gram BBs and our Matrix 11.1 volt 1000 mAh LiPo battery. In our distance and accuracy test, this Cybergun FN SCAR L AEG was able to lay down a consistent grouping on both the 6-inch plate and the Evike Professional Silhouette target at 50 feet. Out at the 100-foot mark, the spread grew, and while there were some misses on the 6-inch plate, we were still able to land all of our hits on the body-size silhouette target. If you're looking for a bit more distance or want to tighten up your groupings, upgraded inner barrels, hop-up buckings, and nubs are available right here at Evike.com. The Cybergun FN SCAR L is powered by the venerable and versatile version 2 Gearbox. The hop-up chamber is unique to SCAR AEGs, but it does use a standard AEG barrel and bucking. The ferrite motor spins 18:1 gears on 7mm bushings. The piston is polymer with one metal tooth. The cylinder is ported, the cylinder head is polymer with one O-ring, and the nozzle has no O-ring. Suffice it to say that the compression system could use some upgrades, which are available as a kit right here on Evike.com. The gearbox itself has some radius cuts on the front of the cylinder window and is internally reinforced at the front, necessitating that the tappet plate have the appropriate geometry to allow for the extra gearbox material. With the popularity of trigger board MOSFETs and other upgraded electronics, you might want to add a MOSFET to your SCAR. Just be aware that because of how the stock folds, anyone wanting to put an aftermarket MOSFET into their SCAR will need to cut and terminate their main wires with some banana connectors that can fit through the protective spring. Just something to keep in mind if you're thinking about upgrading. It's no secret that the SCAR's design is a bit polarizing. Either you love the looks or you don't. Personally, I applaud the design elements that give the SCAR its unique shape and improved ergonomics, comfort, and usability. So if you're looking for something that isn't an M4 but still uses STANAG magazines, the Cybergun FN Herstal licensed SCAR L AEG might just be what you're looking for. You can find them in tan and black, rifles only, or packaged with the very useful EGLM right here at Evike.com. Thanks for watching. Want even more Airsoft content? Hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification icon. Follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook for epic weekly giveaways.